Good morning. It's Saturday, the 3rd of February. This is Shooting the Breeze. Sorry we're so late, but due to technical difficulties with our guest today, we're coming on 30 minutes late, 35 minutes late.
Hey, it's actually pretty lucky that we are at about 30 minutes late. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why later. Go ahead.
But yes, I'm joined as always by my co-host and partner, Mr. Dr. Senju from Kyoto, Japan. Good morning to you, sir.
Morning. Hello. Hello.
It's after midnight for you.
It is midnight, so technically you are correct. I am in this morning. How are you today, good sir?
The truth, you want the truth or you want the lie?
Harsh truth is better than a sweet lie.
I'm exhausted.
Oh, of course. Since when are you not exhausted?
I'm just tired.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just tired because I work all night.
That's the lifestyle of 7 days a week kind of 7 days a week work kind of guy. So basically, almost every one of us, I guess. I mean, okay. If you want my side of the story, it's hectic. I did have a passing in my family, so I didn't get to go to the funeral. My parents did.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, but no, it's nothing. It's nothing big. It's just a member of the family passed away. So, I did want to go. I did catch it on the late side. My mom told me about that. Yeah, okay. Condolences to the family passed away, but yeah, we have to do something like that. But it's nothing big, nothing too close to the family in my side anyway. Just a family member. So
okay.
All in all, but after that,
like I said, I'm sorry to hear that. My condolences to your family.
Of course. Thank you. Other than that, it's same old week.
Yep. You kind of OD'd on wrestling this past weekend, didn't you?
Yes. To be quite fair. I mean, we have new beginnings.
Let's see. Friday or no, Saturday. Was it Friday or Saturday? You had new beginnings, NXT. Sunday you had new beginnings and Royal Rumble. So you.
There's a glut of wrestling wrestling in the past weekend. I was so full.
I'm surprised you weren't cross-eyed. But anyway,
we can't beat around the bush quickly enough because, well, like you said, we have a guest.
Yes, I'd like to introduce a guest making her second appearance.
Yep,
Miss Jen, aka Ms. Google. How are you this morning?
You just had to get that in there. I'm good.
Of course,
it's Miss Twitter now. You gotta. I don't need Google anymore.
So that means
Twitter tells me everything.
Okay, so that means I can do the new. I'll kill the old running gag of Google. So that means, should we tell you to Twitter it now again?
Yes.
Is that what we're gonna do now?
Who's this guy? And I'll get all of it.
Get on Twitter. Tell me who Shane McMahon is.
Well, no, I know who that is now.
Okay.
More than I need to know.
Okay. Cool.
And we're here to talk about this morning. We're here to talk about the Royal Rumble, Raw, and a little bit of Raw, a little bit of SmackDown,
a little bit of NXT.
Yeah, a little bit of NXT because the Takeover matches. Why don't we start with that?
Takeover Philly.
Takeover Philly. Why don't we start with it?
Yeah, sure. I mean, okay. Before that, guest host, did you watch anything this weekend?
I did not watch Takeover.
Okay.
Well, you're not big into NXT anyway, if I remember right.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Okay. Fair enough.
I'm sorry. If I had known, I would have watched, but I didn't know we were going to talk about that.
No, this was something him and I added this morning, so it's not on you; it's on us.
It's on us
Okay.
Because basically, if you guys remember about last week's episode, we only touched about Royal Rumble, and that's just about it. We didn't really actually technically touch about NXT Philadelphia. Brother George was messaging me, "Why didn't you guys talk about NXT Philly?" Do in that one.
I mean, Jesus, there was 7 of us on that show?
7, kind of 7. Yeah, fully 7. Technically, we have 7, and then someone dropped out.
Yeah, Tanya had to leave due to a child getting ill.
But hey, we have plenty of time to talk about Royal Rumble and not much to talk about NXT Philly. Which
only thing I'm going to give an assignment to Jen. She needs to go find Aleister Black. She would like him.
Oh, tell her to tweet about Aleister Black.
Yes. Or go watch some of his.
I saw him from the last one. I did watch that one, so I know who you're talking about.
He's a hell of a character, isn't he?
Okay.
Yeah.
Considering that
I enjoyed him.
Touch about that. Considering we are talking about that, I think that was close to being the match of the night for me.
Him and Adam Cole.
Yeah, him and Adam Cole. Adam Cole surprisingly showed up.
He was not Mr. Average in that one.
No, he was Mr. Above Average.
Yes.
To you listeners out there listening, you guys know me and my disdain for Adam Cole, so much so that I called him Mr. Average. Not hatred, just mild disinterest, so to speak. Because, but surprisingly, the guy showed up, and the guy put up quite a good fight with the Extreme Rules in place alongside Aleister Black. And, brutal from start to finish, but the whole creativity from these two performers, Black and Cole, dominated it. There's no dead air where one weapon is being used way too long. It's going to be one weapon, and then for about 5 minutes later, they're going to switch it to another weapon. Pacing, it was excellent. The pacing was good. The story they were giving was good. The brutality was impressive. The action never felt overbooked. Like I said, to me, it was close to being the match of the night, the match of the weekend. If I wanted,
the only thing I saw that was wrong with that match was the finish. Because if you look at it, and I saw it right away, Aleister Black's finisher is the Black Mass Roundhouse.
Yep.
He hit Adam Cole in the armpit.
I think that's more because they mistimed it or that.
I think it was mistimed bigger than a lot. You know,
mistimed a lot, and I think it's due to both men having their bodies being battered by that point. It's just
the timing was off, and I saw that.
Yeah,
I was like, "What? He kicked him in the armpit and still won? Come on!" That's my only nitpick in that match. The rest of the match was great. It was nice to see an Extreme Rules match.
So technically speaking, it's not Black Mass; it's Black Armpit now.
Black Armpit,
hairy armpits. Hairy armpit.
Something.
No. Adam Cole does not have hairy armpits. Sorry to say.
But getting back to that is
okay.
It was nice to see an Extreme Rules match where, yes, Adam Cole was using chairs, kendo sticks, ladders.
Mm-hmm.
You would see Aleister tease of using a chair,
of course,
or using a ladder, or using he never used them.
He did that. He did.
He hit him once or twice with a kendo stick. That was it. But it was outside the ring.
Yeah, like
never
I said,
in the ring.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, they switched from weapons as if, okay, I'm done with this weapon. Now what's next? Bam. And then, okay, no more of that. And then what's next? For about 2 minutes later, okay, we have a new weapon.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they did actually do that Simpsons spot where Black did a suplex to Cole on a fixed chair where he landed on the spine of his back, I think.
Yeah, they put them back to back. Yeah, that was painful.
Yeah,
I don't care. That had to hurt.
That one was sick. And kudos to Cole. I'll give credit on Cole on this one. He sold that. He sold that one up to Royal Rumble, where we can touch on that later on.
Yeah, mark this down, people. It's the 3rd of February, 10:43 Central Time.
Wait, what? Why?
MDS is giving props to Adam Cole. It's a rarity, folks. It's a rarity.
Fair. Fine.
Well,
usually,
it's like me giving props to Miss.
to you, it's not mild disdain. It's terrible disdain to the Miz. Me, it's just mild indifference where he doesn't really do anything to me. You, it's hatred. To you, it's hatred. I mean, fine. Usually, I'm on the giving end of the things. Now I should be on the receiving end of the things. So fair enough. Sure. Anyway, I liked it. I liked it, but I liked the Extreme Rules match. But to me, that almost won the whole match of the night. If it wasn't for the NXT Championship match between Andrade Almas and Johnny Gargano.
Oh my God, that match! That's one of the only 2 WWE matches in history that Dave Meltzer gave 5 stars to.
Mm-hmm. It clocked about over 30 minutes, and yet it doesn't feel like 30 minutes. It feels like it felt like it was less than 30 minutes, but it was packed with action. It was packed with emotion and all that. While their first matchup back in, if I remember correctly, was NXT Houston, I think, Takeover Houston.
I think so.
Maybe. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat. But while their first match was strong, this was special to watch because the chemistry of these two guys oozed out from the match.
Yeah, it did.
Gargano and Almas had excellent chemistry. It's hard to match, and it's hard not to take a knock of it. Hang on. Quiet. I find this quick to jump over the shark about this, but quietly Gargano is one of the best wrestlers in 2018. He's quickly making his mark on 2018, and I may be jumping the shark on this one or jumping the gun on this one, but and not to knock on Almas because he's been overlooked because of his booking, but he's also he also had put together a steady string of impressive matches in the past year, in 2017. Yeah,
he has.
The matchup here helped solidify these two so much, so much. Cementing Almas as a champion, cementing Gargano as the uber babyface in NXT, kind of, sort of like Bailey in a sense back then.
Yeah,
I'll leave it to that. This one is an instant classic for me.
And the Selena Vega doing her interference shtick, and Candice LeRae jumping the rail and basically beating the shit out of her.
She has had enough. Of course. Of course.
But the saddest part of it all was Sal's favorite, Tommaso Ciampa, showed up. So I know Sal was all upset.
I think a lot of people were upset when Ciampa jumped Gargano. Of course, the argument is going to be when will Johnny Gargano get a break? He's getting knocked down and knocked down and knocked down even after a lot of positivity, but not a knock on Gargano. This match is an instant classic. I thoroughly enjoyed it from start to finish, even with the finish with Ciampa. I don't have a problem with Ciampa going that. And I agree. Comparison between Gargano and Almas is that Gargano is all pound for pound a better wrestler. Almas blows him out of the water in terms of star power. I agree with that one.
Yes, I agree with that too, Madeline.
Yeah, I mean, I agree on that one. But not this match is an instant classic, quickly becoming one of the matches of the year. If you want to put it on the candidate, this is one of them that I enjoy, thoroughly enjoy.
Well, I'll make a note of it and put it in the file. We got to wait till the end of December this year to see our golden bullets again.
Yeah, sure. Of course. Not to knock on the rest of the card. I enjoyed the tag match between Bobby Fish, Kyle O'Reilly, and Authors of Pain. Full of aggression because somehow you have. I want to cheer. It makes me want to cheer for Fish and O'Reilly when Authors of Pain showed aggression by assaulting both of them and tried their best to tried their best to overcome it. But no, with every comeback, the big men closed it down quickly enough. It made the connotation of me going, okay, should I cheer for Undisputed Era or should I cheer for the Authors of Pain? It swung from that one, but it was a fine match. It was a good match. No comment on that one. It was nice.
It was a good match.
It was
solid.
A good match. Solid, yes. And it begs the question whether the Authors of Pain should be moving up or not.
The question I keep asking is this: is Paul going to go up with them?
I don't know.
Does he want to do that schedule again?
I don't know. I mean, if he's willing to do it, like I said countless times with you when we talked about this, when they're gonna go AOP, they need Paul Ellering because Paul's the guy to.
Paul's the mouthpiece.
Yeah, Paul's the mouthpiece. Ellering's the mouthpiece. Just that I don't know whether
unless they give him to Heyman, which would be a mistake.
Heyman's gonna have his hands full, judging from the fact that what happened this week and all the rumors about it. So, but
the women's title match wasn't too bad either. Although Shayna Baszler, in my opinion, wasn't ready for a title shot.
Oh no.
Unless they're fast tracking her, unless they're going to fast track her to the main roster.
She credit where credit's due. It's just credit where credit's due. From a storyline standpoint, Baszler made her mark. She made statements taking out every woman that she faced. She portrayed viciousness, aggressiveness, and a kind of badassery that only George would love.
Yeah.
But this isn't really much of a technical showcase because I see Baszler still having a limited moveset on display because there's only one or two things that she does that kind of seems repetitive in a sense.
That elbow thing looks vicious as hell.
Yeah, but she does deliver. She does deliver the sort of hard-hitting aggressiveness that she can do, as befitting her background as a former MMA fighter.
Well, we got to remember who broke her in too, though.
Oh yeah, of course. But
Martinez.
I know, Mercedes Martinez. But I'm not going to harp on that. I'm just going to harp on what I got from the main event. From the main event, I just see that Shayna Baszler has a little bit more tweaking to do, just a little bit more variation to do in her ability, in her movesets, perhaps. From my suggestion, it was good. It was good. Something different because we usually have talented women, and now we have a badass of a woman coming in. It's just that.
Wow, curtain jerker! You really make no bones about that match, do you? About this match, he's saying the women's title match was
Mm-hmm.
It was a Walmart brand version of Tanahashi Suzuki. You had a lot of the same spots. I guess if you're going to rip off moves, you do it from Legends. Yeah, no kidding.
Well, if you want to do Tanahashi Suzuki, then doesn't that mean that Shayna Baszler did the taking the sidekick, the flying sidekick that almost took off Tanahashi's head, or any hits for that matter too with that kick? Yeah. I can see that, but still, with that comparison is in order. But I still see that. I still see that this is a good match. It doesn't really show a lot of technical prowess that Shayna Baszler is supposed to have. It's just that it shows a lot of her limited movesets. But because of the storytelling, that covers it up. That papers it up. That fact papers it up over the limited moveset. Ember sold the effects well. Kept fighting, and again, did a good job of carrying the story up to Royal Rumble. Of course, we're going to talk about that later. But hey, honestly, it's the most interesting story either woman has told so far, especially for Moon, especially for Ember Moon. Not so much as Baszler because she just debuted in NXT. So okay, it's an interesting story. Let's just see what happens. And I would not be surprised though if Kairi Sane is going to be added in this feud.
Well, she is the one that beat Shayna Baszler in the Mae Young Classic.
Of course. Before the next takeover in New Orleans, takeover NOLA. So hopefully that's so. Of course, not going to forget the other matchup that happened, which I think isn't really a knock on both people in the Velveteen Dream versus Cassius Ohno. Probably the worst match of the card, not because of the whole that the match is terrible. No. The match isn't really terrible. It's just it's good enough to make an average match without really filling it with ugly moments, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what I see is that Dream continues to prove he's a star in the making with these matches. His charisma alone gets to people. I don't know a person who oozes a lot of charisma and a lot of intrigue rather than Patrick Clark. So if he can still fix himself a little bit more, if he can refine himself a little bit more, he will be. I'm not going to be surprised if he makes a case for the title, for the NXT title.
Yeah. Okay.
That
closes out.
Okay. Okay. My quick question for the whole wrap up for NXT Takeover Philly. Do you like it? Do you not like it?
It was good. I mean, the main event kept me interested. Okay.
Okay.
I didn't see it until Sunday morning when I first got home. I watched it, and then went to bed, and then I was able to see the Royal Rumble live while I was at work for the most part. I mean, I missed a few parts because of issues with guests, but other than that.
So that means you enjoyed NXT Takeover, which is good. I think it's a good show.
That
it's a thumbs up for me. Thumbs up for me. If I give it a grade, I give it a solid B plus.
I give it a solid B. Yeah.
Solid B plus for me. So now we can actually talk about the nitty gritty that we all watched, which is the WWE Royal Rumble, a history in the making, into which I am now buzzed. Back then,
you were buzzed 30 minutes into the
kickoff show.
Told me, which I didn't watch.
No,
I mean, at that time.
I told my friends that I'm gonna say that if they're gonna go say history making or history or anything kind of that shit nonsense, even in the kickoff show, I'm gonna be drunk by the time, and people are saying, "No, you're gonna be dead by the time we're done." I mean, thank God I wasn't dead, but I was heavily buzzed. Probably a repeat of the last week's show, but okay. Anyway, roughly saying 2018 Royal Rumble was a show full of its ups and downs, as befitting its name. We expected it to be chaotic. We expected it to be crazy. We expected it to be full of unpredictable returns to shocking debuts, awe-inspiring showdowns, and a tease of a much-anticipated championship clash. First pay-per-view extravaganza 2018 gave fans plenty to mark out over. Did we mark out over it? I don't know. Let's see. Okay, so what do you like about the Royal Rumble? What don't you like about the Royal Rumble? Let's go. Jen, do you have it? I know you watched this. You can't escape
I did watch it. Nope.
You can't.
I have to talk now.
Yes, you have to talk now.
No, I loved it, actually. I watched it with my son, which makes a huge difference when you watch with a 12-year-old.
Yeah.
And after the first match was over, I really enjoyed everything I saw. So I didn't have any complaints besides that first match.
You were thoroughly enjoyed the first match.
I didn't pay too much attention to that one.
Were you talking about pre-show match?
No.
Do you watch the pre-show?
not
No,
talking
right.
about-
You didn't watch the pre-show, correct?
I turned it on. I forgot what time it was. It's too much. I was on Twitter for most of it, so I kind of kept one eye on it and just to see what people were talking about.
I mean, why do I feel like I'm the only one who watched it? I do think that, yeah, I do think I'm the only one to watch it.
I think so.
Like
I said,
I don't even remember what was on the pre-show.
Well, I saw the last, I think, 20 minutes of the pre-show.
Mm.
All the matches were already done.
Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, I remember.
Although I did like seeing Samoa Joe in a suit. he has a future as a commentator after he gets out of the ring.
Oh, of course. Can't really say much about it. Okay, let me just run down the whole kickoff show pretty quick. We start off with the 6-man cruiserweight tag team match. Predictable. Already picked this for the first spot where people are coming in and just sitting down and just trying to get bearings. Oh, I'm in the Philly Center now. I'm in the Philly Stadium now. Just going to watch Royal Rumble. But then again, these 6 men are putting on a show, which the funny point is that I do remember that fans were chanting PowerPoint and Gulak just shut it down. No chanting. Stop.
Okay.
it was funny. No chanting. Stop.
I guess I'm going to have to go watch it now.
Yeah. Hopefully it's still up. I can't remember. I think the kickoff show is still there. It is. No,
it's on the network.
It's on the network. Yeah, you can watch it on the network. Fans were chanting PowerPoint. No chanting. Stop. And he did that. He did the same stick again, but now when Jack Gallagher was climbing the ropes, he said, "No flying. Don't do it." And Jack Gallagher was just, "No, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing." And of course, predictably, the heel did a flying headbutt. No, flying headbutt, it missed entirely. But I think it's not a flying headbutt. It's more like a short drop, a short belly flop onto the ring. So that was one. It was funny. It was funny. I agree. Pre-show was good. Nothing eventful, of course. The whole, of course, this one, of course, with the exit of one Enzo Amore, sudden exit, they had to scramble with this one. I think this is what happened. It was eventful. Nothing much to shout about. It's just showcasing what 205 Live can do. So yeah. And then next we have the Good Brothers versus the Revival at the pre-show. Again,
50-50 booking, I heard.
Yeah, 50-50 booking, I heard as well. Not really that memorable. It's hard hitting. It's hard hitting, but they were too focused on Carl Anderson being the man in peril and had him did a fluky job to Dawson and Wilder. So yeah, it feels like it was being tossed into it with no significant build up, but I see something. I see something could be worked into this. Who knows? I mean, probably it's a payback to Raw 25, where Dawson and Wilder were getting their asses handed over to both Good Brothers, Finn Balor, and the whole of DX. So,
yeah.
Maybe that is just me speculating.
Didn't Roode have a match on the pre-show?
Yes, which I'm just about to poke now. I'm poking on Bobby Roode versus To Be Announced, which surprises, he faces Mojo Rawley.
Which is what we said, which is what all of us said on the panel was going to be the match.
Yeah, but it's not. It doesn't really bring major league level surprise or something like that. It's a fun element. It's just that this wasn't really long enough to make any sort of memorable impact. The finish was fluky as fuck. I mean, what the heck is that? DDT over the top rope. It looks messed up. It looks botched. It was missing a number of beats, to be honest. And again, all in all, it's forgettable. It's forgettable, basically. I don't want to say much about it, but it's forgettable. Interesting, but forgettable. If you miss it, you didn't miss much. If you catched it, you get your money's worth. You get stoked before the whole matchup thing, which, of course, segues us directly to AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn for the WWE Championship. So, both of you are giggling to each other.
It was funny.
It was funny.
The whole ending was funny.
Ah, okay. Jen?
Especially what happened in the back afterwards. I loved it.
Okay. Okay, so you liked it. Jen?
Yes.
Yay or nay?
No,
You didn't like it.
not a fan. I can't with Kevin Owens. He just he makes me tune out really fast. So
Wow, okay.
I was reading Twitter while that match was going on,
Oh,
waiting for it to be over.
Wow. So that was your go out and get Thai food as
I was on Twitter and my son's going, "Is this match still going on? When is this gonna be over?" I'm like, "I don't know. I'm in the same boat as you, buddy."
I think you don't like Owens either, huh?
Oh no, he can't stand Owens.
oh, I can't stand it. Okay. I mean, I could see why because it's a standard 2 against 1. The numbers game is going to play up. Each and every time Styles mounts a comeback and tries to pin, the numbers game would catch up and someone would would break the pinfall and save his partner's ass. It's just the pattern is just the holding pattern is that Styles would have to overcome the 2-on-1, and then when he does, someone rescues him. It just and then it's just that when the flip happened when Kevin Owens did a cannonball and hurt his ankle on the attack. So took that made Zayn carry the most of the load in the match. So
But like I said, the funniest part to me was after the match, they're in the back yelling and bitching to Shane.
yeah. I mean, I like that. I
laughed. I was laughing myself silly because it's like, and this and that and you see we were screwed again by the rest. And then Shane just looks at him and like has this look on his face like, okay, you guys done? And they shut up and he goes, yep, and he walks away. I was like, brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
What's even brilliant is that when the camera cut off right as Kevin was trying to get his rage on, and then cut. It was perfect. It was nice. It was surprisingly to me, even with the whole storyline of 2-on-1, how someone has to overcome the numbers game. It was well paced. Near fall. It has a few near falls. Styles kind of look crafty, kind of look courageous in a sense. The whole dusty finish where Owens and Zayn are claiming that they didn't get tagged, they got tagged, and then they screwed over. if it leads to Shane McMahon, Daniel Bryan interfering again or something like that, I will quickly tune out. It's just that I like the story on this matchup. It's just that surprises of surprises, I kind of enjoyed it. But if it means that I have to see the whole middle management bullshit coming out again, I'm going to quickly tune out. I like it. It's a thumbs up for this match. Nothing memorable, solid, if not unspectacular. So that was
a solid match, but let's hope that this whole middle management thing died a horrible death after this.
Yeah, I hope so.
We don't need it.
I mean, if the middle management thing could actually tune out Jen's son from over there, so why not? We're not gonna have the same conversation again. Anyway, let's talk about something that actually brought us up a little bit here. The Usos versus Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship. Tweet.
First fall was great.
Mm-hmm.
18 minutes. It was paced well and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Second fall, I was like, "What? It's over?"
Yeah.
It was. Yeah. Jen, do you have anything to add?
No, I forgot it was the 2 out of 3, so I was like, oh, and then I was like, wait, what? And then I was like, oh, it's 2 out of 3, and then it happened so quick. I was like, damn, what? And so I was kind of left like, okay, because I thought we were gonna go, much longer for them to get theirs back and do a whole back and forth thing. But
That's what their whole panel said. We thought it was going to be 3 falls.
Yeah.
yeah,
Because we thought it was going to be 3 falls where each of them would trade wins, and then suddenly someone will get the 3rd win and win the whole thing. I was surprised too, because it went 18 minutes long, and then suddenly the second pinfall came out of nowhere, and wait, it's done. Okay. I was sitting on the couch going, so they win with a roll up on Shelton Benjamin. Okay. It gave a rare sweep to the champion. It gave surprise. It gave a little bit. It also gave a strange feel to it. It's like, wait, what? It happened. It happened. I mean, I hate
You don't see 2 fall sweeps hardly at all.
No, of course not.
2 out of 3 fall matches. They're almost impossible.
I mean, to give it the storyline, to give it the storyline flow, your climax isn't really hitting the spot.
No.
So it happened. It's like you were expecting the climax to be higher, and yet the climax is lower, and then your resolution is going flat for that matter. So
that match kind of died.
Yeah, it just kind of stopped. That's where I think the strange feeling and the strange rhythm came out, because it was 18 minutes of pure action. It was packed. A lot of good falls. Good psychological play by Gable and Benjamin to isolate one of the brothers, and actually confirm that, okay, this is the legal man. This is the legal man, and keep pounding on them. 18 minutes of that. 18 minutes plus of that, and the Usos got the fall, and they won. Okay, good. Probably they're gonna switch to Gable and Benjamin to get the second fall. Oh no, they're gonna go with it. They're gonna go with the second win for the Usos 5 minutes later. What?
Not even 5 minutes.
Yeah.
It wasn't even 5 minutes. It was like 2 minutes and it was done. And I was like, what? Wait.
I mean, I could argue, I don't know about Jen, but I could argue the fact that, okay, maybe they're trying to give the men and the women's Royal Rumble a lot of time to work it out, but judging from the card that they were going to do that, it's not the case. It doesn't.
Either that, like I said, maybe the opening match went too long.
Oh, probably. Who knows? I mean, we can only speculate on that one.
Mm-hmm. Because the Royal Rumble it's damn near an hour just to get everybody in the ring.
Yep. I mean, it's going to be like 90 seconds. I think it was 90 seconds for each wrestler to come out.
Roughly
90 seconds.
According to Canaanite, it was a little bit over that.
Yeah, okay.
Especially when Elias came out.
Okay. Good segue.
That's another guy I can't stand doing that song crap. And that was after Baron Corbin. That's after Boring Corbin got put out and destroyed everybody.
So yeah.
He wasn't even in the Rumble. What, a minute? He was out.
Yep.
Who put him out again?
Who? Baron Corbin?
Yeah.
Who was it again? I kind of forgot.
Was it Rusev Day?
Balor.
Balor put him out. That's right.
Yeah. Surprise.
And then he took everybody out.
Yeah, and then before that, I would like to say poor Heath Slater.
Oh my God, poor guy. Yeah.
Although he did actually eliminate Sheamus quite quickly when Sheamus actually tried to help him up. Okay, help you. Okay, you got knocked out. Let's help you up. And then suddenly he pulls him over. I mean, I was laughing, and then I was like, okay, I know that you're keeping Sheamus for the tag team for Raw, but this is hardly the way to do it.
That was pretty funny, though.
It was pretty funny, but
we all know that Sheamus has got neck issues, so they got to get him out of that match quick.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
The funnier bit would be that Baron Corbin got ousted quite early, and then he responded laying out both Rusev, both Balor, and then suddenly coming in and then clotheslining Heath Slater. Heath Slater was basically the rest of the guy's doormat before he eliminated Sheamus.
Poor Heath Slater, he kept getting his ass kicked all the way down.
Elias kicked him away. Who else pushed him out of the way? There's a lot of people. It was a funny spot. It was a funny spot. I got a chuckle out of it. At least he eliminated Sheamus. He can get that. Finally, he made it to the ring. When Sheamus got out, and then didn't thank him, and then just eliminated him. So yeah.
Yep.
Ty Dillinger didn't actually got the number 10 spot because of course Owens blindsided him and Sami Zayn stole his spot at number 10. I was going to say, oh, Ty Dillinger is going to come out at number 10. Oh, he is. Oh wait, no, I spoke too soon.
See him in the back by a dumpster and they're beating the hell out of him.
Yep.
It looked like the same dumpster that Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn were standing by when they were yelling at Shane. So
yep, it was. Timeline correspondence out of the bag. Let's not dwell on that because we already focused on what else was funny. Oh yeah, and let's not forget we have our basic Kofi spot where he saves himself from getting eliminated.
The pancakes.
I like what Curtain Jerker says. He says Ty should be number 10 from now till the end of time. I agree.
I know, but Ty got himself whooped by Owens and Zayn, I guess. Oh yeah,
he should be the number 10 entry every year. You know, it fits.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, and yeah, I know. Oh yeah, and I remember Big E actually fed Slater pancakes when he was down.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
Yeah, that was nasty.
And
at least he wasn't pulling him out of his tights. He took him off the plate.
Yeah, he took him off the plate, and he said, "Okay."
He saves those ones in his tights for Corey Graves.
Yeah.
Ew.
Oh god. I mean, Kofi's spot with the pancakes was creative in a sense, of course. The ruling says that both feet should touch the floor, and at first he was saved by Woods laying on the floor, and then with the pancakes, of course. Not a good way to treat a food like that, guys. But anyway, but sure, whatever saves your butt in Royal Rumble, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah.
He should even when he's released from working indies, he should be number 10 in Royal Rumble. Good. good.
Not the.
I mean, okay.
From now to the end of time, he should be number 10.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, number 9 and number 10. Okay, number 10. It's going to be as expected. Oh, perfect 10 Ty Dillinger is coming out. Even when he's retired and got a Hall of Fame ring, maybe number 10, making his return. Perfect 10 Ty Dillinger coming out again. Maybe. Who knows? Of course. Like I said back then in the NXT Philly quick review, Adam Cole came out as one of the surprise entrants, still selling his injury back in Takeover Philly, which is good. Surprise entrants, of course, include Mysterio, the Hurricane, Adam Cole, and NXT champion Andrade Almas, which is a surprise. They wanted to portray NXT champion out there, which is cool. It's cool in my eyes. I definitely do love the whole Rey Mysterio thing. You called it out, Taker, back then. Where he called out Rey Mysterio to come out. So yeah, one of them is that. And what else? What else do I'm rolling out. I don't know. I'm rolling out all what I like about this. I can't see. Do you have anything that you don't like about the Men's Royal Rumble right now? Nothing really springs to mind, isn't it, Jen?
No, I'm trying to think through it, but
yeah, nothing really springs to mind though. I mean, it did. I mean, to do it on a quick note, it did feature number welcome subplots. Usual fun Kingston spot, NXT flavor to the contest. Not much to be had. I mean, it's enjoyable. Of course, the final moments really see a standoff between two generations, of course. The trio of surprises of all surprises: Randy Orton, John Cena, and Rey Mysterio looking across the ring. And who did they face? Roman Reigns, Finn Balor, and Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yes, very interesting.
Yep.
Like I said, Taker, you called Rey Mysterio coming back.
Yes, I did.
Mhm.
And everybody was like, no. And I'm like, watch. And he was number 30. Again.
27.
No. Was he 27? I
27.
thought he was. Who was 30?
Who was 30? Did you forget?
Oh, Roman Reigns.
There you go.
But yeah, I called Ray. That's the second Rumble in Philadelphia that Ray's been in.
Mhm.
And the thing that was nice is we didn't get the massive boos about Daniel Bryan not being in.
Oh no. Because
that crowd is a smart crowd.
they already papered that. They already papered that with Roman Reigns coming out at 30, and he did get boos, but
Well, that's normal. You know, the same thing happened to John Cena when he came out. He got booed as well.
oh wait, no, sorry. Correction. 30 wasn't really Roman Reigns. 30 was Ziggler. I totally
That's
forgot.
right.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Ziggler-
It was Ziggler.
And I said that's where he was going to be.
Yeah.
I said Ziggler was going to be 30.
Mhm. I mean, yeah, Knack and Finn.
And he didn't stay. He was, 5 minutes and gone.
Yeah, he was 5 minutes and gone, and we were already speculating a lot about it. I don't know about you, Jen, but we're already speculating. Okay, is Dolph Ziggler going to appear in the U.S. title or not? When he didn't appear in the U.S. title, okay, he's going to go in the Royal Rumble. It's just that now I don't see where Dolph Ziggler is going with all of this.
His contract's coming up.
Yeah, he can go. As far as I'm concerned.
Tell us how you really feel, Jen.
Sorry.
Tell us how you really feel in this one. First question: do you know Dolph Ziggler?
Yeah, unfortunately, I do.
Unfortunately. So that means no Googling or twitting on that one, okay? So I don't
Yeah, well,
yeah.
Madeline brings up an interesting point.
Mhm.
Because you said it was Cena, Orton, and Ray on one side.
Mhm.
And it was Roman, Knock,
Finn.
and Finn on the other. And yet
Mhm.
Nakamura and Finn are the same age as Orton.
Which is surprising. But two generations of different background of wrestlers, and then when you knock out Mysterio and Reigns, no, Mysterio and Orton, surprisingly, now you have the WWE versus NJPW, as I would like to say it. I love to say that, between Balor Knock and Cena Reigns,
Yeah.
which I love to call out on that one. I mean, I was a little bit excited going. I was a little bit. Oh, okay, I see this. Is this WWE saying we're fighting NJPW in its own twisted, degenerated mind of them, or? I mean, and then the surprises. They got Finn out, which was sad in a sense. As expected, of course. And then you have the whole 2-on-1 with Roman Reigns pulling up Roman Reigns and John Cena pulling the one over Nakamura, but not fighting back and tossing both of remains the last one standing in the Royal Rumble was a surprise.
They got
to
the
me.
winner right.
Yeah, they got the winner right. It was a pleasant surprise that they actually did that. And number one, the victory elevates a fresh face. I think it gives a kind of sort of clean slate for Nakamura to do that. And when Nakamura to really cement his status as a main eventer, and when he called out AJ Styles, everybody was throwing their pants off.
Oh yeah, the pants went flying. When I was even like, well, there go my pants. Take all my money, please. Take all my money. That's a match I've been wanting to see since Money in the Bank.
Yeah, everyone's pants was off. Everyone's skirts was off. If you were wearing skirts, toss their money. AJ versus Knock is going to be on WrestleMania 34. Done and dusted. Which is exciting as surprising as it is. People are already going to on their buy rates on that one.
That's going to be a good match.
Curtin Jerker is going to cream in his pants when he watches it live as well.
Yeah, he is.
And of course, with all
we speak, we have a woman in the room.
Yep, I'm here.
I'm sorry.
We should be careful how we speak. We have a woman in the room. We must show respect.
I don't give a shit. You can say what you want.
Trying to be polite.
I'm glad people are excited for it. I want people to be excited. Like, that's what it's all about.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, they're doing the whole Wrestle Kingdom 10 or 11, if I'm not mistaken. 10, I
mean, it doesn't mean anything really to me because I don't have that history, but I'm excited. Everybody else is excited.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I've got a long history in this business of a fandom. 40 some plus years. Sometimes I think it's a albatross around my freaking neck, but
great.
At times I feel that way.
Well,
yes, he did, George. He did care. Nakamura did care. He showed up. He didn't mail it in.
That's what my son said. He said, "Oh, he woke up for the Royal Rumble." And that's his favorite wrestler too. I was like, damn.
But he knows. His son knows.
He knows. He loves them, but he knows. Yeah, exactly.
He woke up for Royal Rumble.
Nakamura mails in a lot of his matches. You know, I can probably count on one hand since he's been with WWE how many, been on the main roster, I should say, how many matches he showed up for.
Jen, a question.
Yes.
Could you have your son? Someone in the chat said that would your son be interested in a podcast with your mom, with the mother? Because it sounds like he knows what's up.
Oh yeah, he actually was like, I want to go on and talk. I was like, it's not really my show to say anything.
Well, if he wants to talk, he can talk.
He's funny. I love watching with him because hearing it from a 12-year-old's perspective is pretty interesting. But he has no problem calling out his favorites when they're not,
showing up.
Wow.
Yeah. He woke up. Shinsuke Nakamura just woke up from his sleep to fight in the Royal Rumble. That's awesome.
But see, my pants were gone when he was in the ring with Roman Reigns when they were going at it. We were both over here losing our shit on that one, so.
Yeah,
you're the Roman Reigns fan, if I remember right.
Oh yeah,
George.
So that's why you're not on
your show. Stop promoting your show.
Yeah, stop promoting your show, there, buddy boy. We'll take care of that at the end for you.
We'll try and ask her son if he's interested to come with his mother to do a podcast. No,
I'm sure he's got a lot to say.
Are you saying we won't get a word in edgewise?
Probably not.
Love it.
Oh well, I hate. Yeah, again, like just to wrap it up, they got surprisingly WWE stuck to the
script.
Stuck to the script. Go with the IWC's bucket list and went with Nakamura for the win and set up AJ Styles versus Nakamura.
Because everybody was saying Roman Reigns, and I was like, no, you don't want to go through 2 years ago.
I knew he wasn't winning. I don't think any Roman fan thought he was going to win. We were like, there's no way he's winning. He's putting over.
Heck, Tanya.
He's doing what he does best. He's putting this guy over.
Yeah. Tanya was saying it best. Even if she's a huge Roman fan, she doesn't really see Roman winning this. Even though the whole golden path of WrestleMania 34 is him facing Brock Lesnar, she still calls out Nakamura as the one to win. But because the safest bet and the surest bet is always Nakamura, because he needs it most. But okay,
I was fine with it.
Yeah, we're all fine with it because we're already calling it out there. If they gave Roman, I'll maintain the stance that even if somehow Roman Reigns won the whole thing and gets booed, WWE doesn't care. That's the guy they're going to push. But I'm surprised that they actually stuck to the guns. Okay, Nakamura is winning the Royal Rumble. There you go. Good on them. Kudos on the WWE creative on that. When they do things right anyways. From the highest highs, I give you the lowest of lows. Seth Rollins and Jason Jordan versus Cesaro and Sheamus.
Oh, God.
For the Raw One of you are sighing, the other one is
It was
yawning.
a honor of a match. I mean, even the crowd was going to sleep.
Yeah, that was hard to watch. I was like, is anybody awake? But
I was, I think.
you think?
I think I was. I was watching a wrestling show. I don't know whether I was watching Seth Rollins and Jason Jordan, though. I mean, the most that I saw was that this was mostly a one-sided match, clearly designed to be the break before the main event, which was the Women's Royal Rumble, which we were totally excited when we got the news. I mean, heck, people are talking about it in Twitter. Oh, the women's are going to go for the main event. The women's are going to go last. This is awesome.
Well, I said that on Twitter too, if you remember. Because remember, I was flipping back and forth between the show and Twitter, and I'm like, and I swore up and down Rousey was going to be in it. I thought Ronda Rousey was going to be in it, but we'll get to that later.
Yeah, but yeah, this is the buffer match basically. This is your bathroom break, your Thai food break,
Thai food break, a la George. Go to the bodega for the Cuban sandwich.
Of course, it relied more on story and action. Of course, as expected, Jason Jordan created nuisance. The only significant positive note was Seth Rollins. Of course, he's going to give his heart and soul for this one, but just like we said, Jason Jordan did Jason Jordan things and cost the team their title. So it's a loss for Jordan and Rollins. Probably setting up a little bit of animosity between the Kurt Angle's illegitimate son. Probably set up Jason Jordan to come out to meddle with intensity, integrity, intelligence. And probably just opening up a lot of interesting angles in the near future. Hopefully so. It was a solid but unspectacular match, because this one you need to know the story rather than you watch the action. So that's all I'm going to say. Anyone going to add?
Nope.
Basically, this is the sleep time or the take a break time for you guys.
Yeah.
Go get your beer. Go get your beer. You know, your brats, your
bratwursts, Thai food,
Thai
tom yum, ramen for me,
or better yet, the yaka. What was it? I can't think of it now. Damn it.
Takoyaki.
Huh?
Is it takoyaki?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Fine. You're how to say squid balls.
Yeah, squid
literally
balls.
There are squid balls.
Tasty.
Oh yeah, tasty. Yep, they are. I do agree that.
And they're sitting there going, "What the hell are squid balls?"
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just throwing out tasty because
it's not what you think.
It's not something I would sound like I want to eat.
Hey! Oh no! Since when? Since when did takoyaki literally mean squid ball? As if squids have testicles. Jeez.
I'm sorry, but that's what it sounds like when you said
That's
it.
what it sounded like. I mean, and I know where her mind went because mine went there too, and I'm like, oh.
I know.
What would the chat say?
It's just gotta be careful with how you say things. Like squid balls. Okay.
Squid balls.
Sorry.
You tried to open that door on yourself, yes, and stubbed your toe big time.
Takoyaki are not literally squid balls, even though they're language-wise, figuratively, they are squid balls. But
they're not literally, they're figuratively squid balls.
They're not literal, as if you put an image of a squid and then suddenly the squid has testicles. Squid testicles.
That's quite the image.
This show is officially gone off the rails.
Oh man.
Let me just find the shovel and try to dig myself into a deeper hole by the time this ends.
Okay.
Jeez Louise. Are you done?
You opened that door.
from talking
'Cause,
about
for
wrestling,
some
suddenly
odd
we're talking about
For some odd reason, I knew exactly where her mind went. I knew exactly where it
for
went.
some odd reason. Both of you
I'm
two are living
sorry.
in the gutter
It's like, okay.
somehow. Not saying that. Okay, I was going to quickly correct. No. We're not talking about literal squid testicles. No, squid doesn't have testicles, as far as I'm concerned. As far as I know, anyways. Probably.
I'll put that on a Twitter.
Well, wait a
Squid
minute.
that
How
ball.
do they reproduce if male squids don't have testicles?
Uh, I don't know. The most that I remember is that the male squid ejaculates in the water, and the eggs were in the water already.
Whatever.
You want it all to be scientific. I am an issue anyway. I'm a doctor. Mad doctor anyway.
Oh God.
I'm sorry, Zed. You came in the wrong time.
Oh, okay. We can go back to wrestling.
Let's get the train back on the track, shall we?
Okay. Where was I?
We were
Seth
talking
Rollins,
about
Jason
we were
Jordan,
talking
Cesaro,
about
and
the
Sheamus.
honor of the match is what we were talking
Okay,
about.
sure. Again, solid, solid, unspectacular match. You need to know the story. Although I reckon people know the story. Hopefully so. Hopefully you guys have fun watching it. Which we're gonna move to. Well, surprise to me, I think personally, a surprise of surprises, where Brock Lesnar versus Kane versus Braun Strowman for the Universal Championship. It was actually quite quick and quite brutal.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, it was.
Because once the bell rang, surprises of surprises again, Braun Strowman steamrolled Lesnar and Kane. Quite literally, in fact. He manhandled the beast, he manhandled the machine, he was a monster among men. And even when Lesnar brought a chair into the mix, the monster among men remained the dominant force. Flat out. And I did notice the fact that initially Braun Strowman potatoed Lesnar in a sense with his knee, and then responded in kind with his potatoes of his own.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm not disappointed in the sense. I'm not disappointed with my current argument and current predicament of Braun Strowman's build, where you build him to be this kind of strong guy, and then when it comes to the main event, he falls flat. He doesn't win. He doesn't really win. He doesn't really get the title or get anything. It's just it ended. It ended abruptly. Of course, as far as I'm concerned, and as far as I'm expected, Kane really is a non-factor in this one. He did try and show up. It's just that he just doesn't really show up for me. He tries, but no, just no. And to me, I think it's more disappointing that you build up Braun Strowman like this and then suddenly kicks him off then again. It's disappointing. Not unexpected, because we already saw the pattern when they first elevated Braun Strowman up into this top star who can actually do a significant amount of threat to Brock Lesnar, and then suddenly, no. Brock Lesnar is going to win. And then, okay, this pattern is happening again. So I think it's more of that before his contract ends and possibly leaves for UFC back again, WWE is just milking the cow out of this one, making him the marquee attraction. It's frustrating in a sense. I don't know about you guys. It's brutal. Most of us will say that. Most of us are saying that, oh, this is as expected. It's going to be average, but it's good. It's good in showcasing power, brutality, power, destruction, on a predictable path, anyways. Where Kane took the pin, Strowman got nothing. Brock Lesnar still your Universal Champion. Still your Universal Champion, people.
Yep.
Yeah, I can't wait for Roman to get that thing off of him.
Or anyone for this matter.
Or anyone for that matter.
No, I want my Roman Brock match.
Oh, you want your Roman Brock match? Okay.
Yeah.
Demanding. recommending.
Well, we had
the
one.
the thing we've been waiting for since me, like, our little posse of Roman fans since WrestleMania 31.
I wonder who the leader of this posse is.
Tanya.
Which I'm not against. You guys are proud supporters of Roman Reigns. Do your thing. I support that.
We are. But as far as the match, I thought I was gonna hate it, but I was entertained.
Me too.
I didn't.
To be honest, yeah, I agree with you, Jen. To be honest, I thought that I was going to dislike the match, but it was fun. It showcased a little bit brutality, power, chaos, and destruction as befitting of Royal Rumble supposed to go. It ended quickly, somehow, which surprises me. Oh, and that's just about it. It went with a huge bang and then ended with a huge with a small whimper. That's it.
Yeah.
It started with a bang and ended with a whimper.
Yep, huge bang. I think with the whole thing, but ended with just a
Almost
a
as
whimper.
bad. Well, never mind.
No, don't no. Anyway, let's just quickly
I can't
segue.
get that thought out of my head now.
Please do
Jen.
not talk about. Please do not talk about squid testicles again. Literal squid testicles again. I know we have gone off the rails and got back on the rails again. I don't know where we're gonna go off the rails again. I mean, I know it's a pattern with the show. We always go off the rails.
Yes,
Now we're gonna talk about now we're gonna go segue along to the women's Royal Rumble match. The one history of the kind, and by this time I was heavily buzzed.
Historic.
No, I don't want to hear any more historic.
Well, we got that coming up. We got that coming up at the end of the month, so we got another historic thing coming up.
No, historic elimination chamber match. No, women's historic elimination chambers match. I'm gonna go on a tangent with the whole history thing.
I don't even pay attention to what they say, so I'm fine. I tune them out.
One good surprise that I have is that I actually don't hate Stephanie McMahon on commentary. You're going to be surprised to you listeners.
She didn't say much.
Number one. Quiet. And number two, she was quiet. And number two, she was on point.
For once.
When she got her words, she was on point.
Yes.
It's like she was reining the other commentators in. Okay, this is what you guys are supposed to go watch. And Lita's going to go over. Something like that, short and simple. She's pointing to the action. What I don't like, however, surprisingly, was not Stephanie McMahon, but Maria Menounos, the guest ring announcer. Yeah, the guest ring announcer.
Why did she get booed? What was that all about? Didn't they boo her? And she was like, "Oh, I get it." I'm like, I don't get it. What the fuck are they booing her for?
Didn't she take out a?
I think the reason she got booed was. I think the reason she got booed was subjective in a way. People are going to say whatever they want to say. To me, I think I dislike her because her ring announcing is poor. I just don't like her voice.
Should have been Lillian.
Should have been Lillian. But I don't know. Probably should have.
What? Yeah.
And I'm sorry, Diamond Dog. I don't know. I don't know, Diamond Dog. I don't. I don't know. There's something about. I don't know about what Maria Menounos' position is going to be there. Sure, I know that she's a guest. She's a guest ring announcer.
From time to time, yeah.
Yeah, I hope she can do better next time. Yeah, and I agree. She is a hardcore wrestling fan. And again, yes, she was booed based on what I listened to anyway.
Yeah.
Is that it's just that I don't go as far as going to boo Maria Menounos for not doing her job properly or anything like that. It's just that she's out of place for me, in my opinion, anyway, in my eyes. I can agree on her that she's a hardcore wrestling fan. I can agree in her being there. It's just that she's a little bit out of place for me.
She was out of place
it's
when
good.
Naomi was trying to do her spot. That was the only time I was annoyed. I was like, get out of the chair, bitch! Like, what are you doing? Move!
I think she was tweeting. Which was
She's
okay.
recording them.
Go! I want to use the chair. Oh, okay. Which is fine. That one was fine. I think it was nice. It was great. And
no, I would have grabbed her by her hair and thrown her out of that chair.
I mean, that one was she was in the right place at the right time to do that spot. And surprising, yeah, Naomi did the Kofi spot when I called Becky to do the Kofi spot. And I think I remember someone called out, "Oh, Naomi's going to do the Kofi spot last week."
I don't. Yeah, somebody did, but I don't remember who.
Yeah. Congrats to you. You predicted correctly. She did the Kofi spot when he did it years ago when he trailed the ring bar. I think it trailed the barriers and then went across the barrier, jumped on a chair and crawled it. So yeah.
Go figure. But she is one of the more acrobatically gifted athletes on the roster.
Yeah. And I agree.
Yeah.
She can get away with it.
Yep, yeah. She can agree. She can get away with that. And of course, with the history making moments, they churned out a lot of returning people, including Lita, surprising surprises, and I called this Kairi Sane, Tori Wilson, Molly Holly, Michelle McCool, Vicky Guerrero, Kelly, Jacqueline, Beth Phoenix, Bella Twins, and Ember Moon, the NXT Women's Champion Ember Moon. And again, Ember Moon sold her.
You forgot one.
Who?
Number 30 was who?
Number 30
Trish
was
Stratus.
Oh yeah, Trish. Okay.
Trish.
I forgot.
She had to be there.
Yeah, of course. She had to.
You know, and I called Beth Phoenix being called in.
Yeah, of course. Which begs the question. Which begs here the question though. Who replaced Alicia Fox?
Probably Kairi Sane.
Yeah. Probably. I think it's one of them. Yeah. It's disappointing. And anything that I don't like, I don't really like. I don't think there's much that I hate about this. The spot where Asuka eliminated Ember Moon was funny a little bit, to my eyes at least. Where Asuka brought down the injured arm of Ember Moon down the turnbuckle, and she's oversold it. I think a little bit of overselling, jumping up like she was shot by a cannon and then landing out on the floor again, which was a little bit funny. And one of the more memorable spots is 4 wrestlers teaming up to kick out Vicky Guerrero when she was going, excuse me. Not much. It was as eventful as a history-making women's Royal Rumble match that should happen. What about you? Anything that you have to add before we announce the predictables?
Are you talking to me?
Anyone, both of you. Unless I was being ignored by, or are you guys imagining Squid?
Well, I didn't know who was. Shut up. See, you're bringing that up.
You're going to throw this podcast off the rails again. You keep bringing up squid testicles, okay?
At least it's not worse than salmon eggs.
Oh God, let's not go there.
Yep.
Oh, I know what I was gonna say before.
Okay, you were saying.
I loved the entire Rumble of the, when the Bellas came out, I was excited because I love Nikki and Brie. So that was good for me. I didn't know a lot of the, older women that came out, but I thought they all looked fantastic, and I was excited because everybody was excited. So that was a cool moment for me. But I don't have any complaints about it. I think I liked it better than the men's, actually.
Ooh, okay.
I thought, all in all, it was the way they spaced out the legends was brilliant. They didn't jam the ring with legends right away.
Yeah, of course.
They were all spaced out. You get some of the you get 2 or 3 of the main roster. Out comes a legend. And then you get 2 or 3 or 4 more, and out comes another legend.
Mhm.
It was done brilliantly. I was expecting to see Shayna Baszler in it for some reason, but she didn't make it. And Ember coming out selling the arm.
It's kind of sort of like
for the night before was brilliant, and Asuka used that to get her out.
Which was brilliant. Like the same praise should be put on Adam Cole again, of course.
Yeah, coming out selling the rib and abdominal injury he had for the night before.
Yeah, it's the same thing. For the legends, ring rust aside, because they have not been in the ring for about several years now, especially in the case of Kelly Kelly. Molly Holly looks cool.
Molly Holly still can go.
Was she the one with the short hair?
Yep.
Yes, she was.
Oh, I loved her. She was.
Her and Trish. Her and Michelle McCool looks like $1 million. That's Undertaker's wife.
And surprisingly, they gave the most eliminations to her with 4.
Was it 4 or 5?
4. I think it was 4. If I remember correctly, it was 4.
Yeah, it took basically everybody in the ring to eliminate Nia Jax, but that was what was expected.
Mm-hmm.
Tamina didn't last long. Tamina didn't last long. We all expected her to last longer than that.
Mm-hmm. I mean, people are the commentary sold out. Sold Nia Jax is coming in. I think quite right. We were saying that Game Changer is coming, and yeah, the Game Changer didn't come in, where it took everybody in the ring to eliminate her out, and people are just taking her out just to take out the biggest threat or the biggest equation out from the action. So
yeah,
and I was surprised that Trish Stratus came in and got a good exchange with both Mickie James and Sasha Banks. That was awesome. That was cool.
Trish also had a great exchange with Molly Holly.
Yeah,
they had some classic matches back in the day.
Yeah, but not in the Royal Rumble. I think she got Molly Holly got eliminated before Trish Stratus got in. I think, if I remember correctly. Beth Phoenix, who came in and tried to do the powerhouse stick with Nia Jax, was awesome. Trying to show her strength. Even
she
with
still
her status
like
as a
she could wrestle today.
Yeah,
her ring rust. What ring rust with Beth Phoenix is what I was going to say. I mean, because her timing was perfect.
Mm-hmm. What ring rust she has was not evident at all. Not evident much at all. The ones that I was surprised, that should have ring rust doesn't really have ring rust. The one that I expected to have ring rust exactly had ring rust. In the case of Kelly Kelly.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Kelly Kelly left before the Attitude Era was over.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so. Really? Before the Attitude Era? Yeah, I think so. Probably, or before Ruthless Aggression.
The only one I wish would showed up would have been Layla. Then we would have had a reunion of Lay Cool in the ring. That would have been cool.
That would be cool. Yeah. I don't know about that one.
I was thinking that when Michelle McCool came out, I said, all we need now is Layla.
Mm-hmm. And I was waiting. I was actually waiting for Michelle McCool to break out the Faith Breaker, just as a funny rib to AJ Styles Clash.
Yeah.
Because let's not forget AJ Styles and Michelle McCool shared a finisher in the form of that Styles Clash and Faith Breaker. So yeah. But, it was fun.
Jacqueline looked good too. Is right. Yes, that's right on that.
Yeah. Jacqueline looks good.
They all looked good.
Mm-hmm. All of the call-ups look good, with the exception of a few.
Yeah, well, Kairi Sane was taking many risks getting up on that top turnbuckle, if somebody could have caught her up there.
Yeah, she laid not one but two insane elbows, which was beautiful elbows, which now has been renamed into the 7 C's, I think, by Michael Cole. That was what they were calling it.
Yeah, I think so. Calling it 7 Seas. Go figure, right?
Go figure, because they're gonna harp up the whole sailor pirate stuff. Well, but all in all, I think it was exciting. It was fun. To me, surprises, they actually stuck up on your choice when they went to the final four of Sasha Banks, Asuka, and the Bella Twins.
And it was 3-on-1 because everybody was looking at Asuka as the biggest threat in the ring.
Yeah.
And it was brilliant to see Nikki eliminate Brie.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun actually to see Sasha Banks actually eliminated Bailey.
Yeah, did you see the look on Charlotte's face?
Yep, she was shocked. She sold it perfectly, but she was shocked.
She's like, "What the hell?
Damn, damn!" And people are going to harp up and they're going to say that the boss is back now. The boss is back. The old boss who takes names and gives no shits about other people is back. Well, she's getting that kind of attitude back again because, well, it is a history-making moment. And again, this is a Royal Rumble. Every woman for herself. Becky knows best as well because she tried to eliminate Naomi as well back then. But people seem to forget that.
Mm-hmm.
Nikki turned on her own sister Brie for that matter too. Again, all women for themselves. Even the Bella Twins turned on the boss. Yeah, even the Bella Twins turned on the boss. But let's talk about the finish of it, shall we?
Sure.
Yeah. Not the finish where Nikki Bella was kicked to the curb with a light kick, which made her fell to the ring. The one afterwards, where we got the surprises debut of Ronda Rousey.
All right, we know the internet broke, and a lot of people are saying, I'm going to give my opinion on this right now. Mm-hmm. I gave it to you earlier in the pre-show while we were dealing with the technical issues. My opinion is this. We all know that she was supposedly down in Colombia filming a movie. We don't know if it's wrapped or not. She showed up right at the, as everybody's in the ring. Uh-huh. And she kind of stole the spotlight off of Asuka, which kind of irked me a little bit, but I still marked the hell out because right after she showed up in the ring, my phone, I had the ESPN app and it went nuts.
Yeah.
So I knew right away that she had signed. Uh-huh. Right after she walked in the ring, not a minute later, my phone went off.
Same.
Excuse me.
Okay.
But here's the thing, and a lot of people are upset about how it was done. Uh-huh. If the movie wasn't wrapped, Sunday may have been the only day she could have got out. Her only day off shooting. Uh-huh. So, we don't know the scheduling because she didn't show up at Raw and she didn't show up at SmackDown. She didn't show up at either one of the shows the next 2 days. Uh-huh. We don't even know if she's still here in the States or not. She's gone silent. Uh-huh. We don't know what's going on. So people just keep your hair on about it. I understand it. I'm not making excuses. I'm giving you a possible explanation based on my opinion of how things ran. Was I glad to see her? I have been saying for months, she's going to sign. She's going to sign. And everybody's telling me I'm crazy. Well, she signed. How many dates she has? People are speculating, she's got five shows. No, we don't know that. How does anybody know what the contracts are? Uh-huh. The only one contract we know about is Brock's because Brock has made it public. That was his choice. Ronda has said that WWE has her full focus now. Uh-huh. So we don't know if she's she doesn't have to be on TV every week, folks, to be on the roster. Uh-huh. We're seeing that with Raw. We're seeing that with Braun. So, or not with Braun, with Brock. Uh-huh. So, let's just let the chips fall as they may with her right now.
True.
We know she's going to have her first match at WrestleMania against who we do not know. Speculation is Charlotte. Why Charlotte? That's my big question. Why Charlotte? I say her first match should be against Stephanie. Period.
Oh yeah, make the whole Stephanie and Triple H versus someone and Ronda Rousey. Yeah, okay, fair. I could see that. I mean, people. I think of the opinion being that why they wanted to pair Ronda Rousey with Charlotte is that, well, star power, number one. You need someone with high star power to go on equally with Ronda Rousey. Let's look at our options. Uh, Sasha Banks is going to be all wrapped up in Asuka's case.
Mm-hmm.
If that's going to go beyond the Elimination Chamber match or beyond this week, who knows? Maybe she's
Right.
gonna tangle herself with Asuka, something like that. Asuka still hasn't made her decision regarding who she wants to fight with, either Charlotte or Alexa Bliss. And Alexa Bliss might not even be women's WWE women's Raw Women's Champion by the time Elimination Chamber ends. So
I just don't see how Alexa Bliss is going to win. I just don't.
Yeah,
I mean, it would be totally insane if they did that.
okay. I mean, it's a lot of open-ended ropes that hasn't been tied up yet, and so I can't really jump on the train. But the one thing I know for sure, and I know that most of the listeners agree, is that when she came out, Ronda looked so happy.
Oh yeah,
She was grinning. She was grinning as if she had Finn's grin when the Balor Club reunited.
yeah. She was like a kid in a candy store, man.
Just like how Finn Balor is grinning from ear to ear, like he's in a candy store when he got reunited with his brothers.
Man, I'll tell you what, that's something that they need to build on with those three.
They should
and make it, you know, and put the IC belt on Finn and put the tag belts on the Good Bros.
So you're gonna go follow on the whole Conan thing. Okay.
Yeah, give them the. Hey, sometimes he comes up with good stuff.
Okay. Probably they'll make that from Fastlane, Roadblock, Fastlane. I think Fastlane, right? Right.
No. Let's see.
Oh wait, no.
This is on Raw.
Elimination
Good Brothers are on Raw, and so is Finn. So that would be
Elimination Chamber.
Elimination Chamber. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
Because Cena qualified and Balor didn't. Mm-hmm. So Balor has an open spot. He could have the feud with Miz.
Oh yeah.
And the Good Bros will be out there ringside with Finn to keep the Miz Taraj off of Finn.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Okay. I haven't really listened to Jen comment on this one, so before I give my full onus on this one, Jen, what do you think? How do you feel about Ronda Rousey in WWE now?
I mean, I don't have much to add because all I've seen was her come out. And, you know, she's out there for a few minutes. And
so basically,
wait and see. I can't judge something that I don't know yet.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm excited because it got people talking. I mean, people were going crazy on either side of people that loved it and people that hated it and were criticizing what happened. And I'm like, well, everybody's talking. So I just think.
Yeah, the internet went absolutely insane.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I agree. I mean, why I ask you is that you're a completely people are I think the IWC loathes to say this, but you're one of the casual fans who doesn't really have the bias towards the old school type of Attitude Era kind of thing, or even the bias towards a new thing. You're just here to watch wrestling, which you love. That's why, that's why I like to ask you on that one. So yeah.
And so I wasn't upset. I was excited, you know, and I was like, cool, let's see where this goes. And I can't really say much more because I don't know much more. Yeah. I
don't. Does this mean that you have to either Google or Twitter to get your information on who these people are now?
No.
No. Okay. So that means That means you do know who Ronda Rousey is. Yeah. Okay.
Yes. Oh, and I got an eyeful when Twitter exploded, so I was way more than I needed to read about all that. So.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. That was, and I agree. No, I do agree that half of most of what you said, I can sign off on. I mean, I agree because she just made her debut. Why jump? Why jump on the train that this is going to suck? Oh, this is gonna go terrible.
Right.
Already 15 minutes in, and and people are already shutting it down. Give her a chance. The thing that I always harp about with my show, with the podcast, is that people don't seem to give time to everything. To be patient.
No, they're not. That is a problem with our society. Okay, you and I have discussed this at great lengths with you and I alone, and us with other guests. This society today is instant gratification. They want what they want, and they want it now. Fuck waiting. I'm going to do it. I want it now. And that shit is starting to get old with me. It's grating on my nerves, like the sound of Mrs. voice on my TV is grating my nerves.
Do you really have to say that?
Or like Adam Cole, baby, grates on your nerves.
Sure, fine.
I'll pay the $25 fine for that.
Here's the tip cup. But anyway, okay. I mean, one of the new arguments, one of the new worries that I have with people who take instant gratification, especially in our community, in our fandom, is that people who are casual fans like Jen would feel left out because they want their favorite wrestlers who they know better, and to the casuals, they don't know who this particular person is. They don't have time to watch it, to watch new person get a new wrestler get bad. To really cement.
One of the biggest problems, and Jen, I don't know if you know this, but Ronda Rousey was a UFC fighter, bantamweight champion. She lost her last two matches, her last two bouts. She was knocked out both times. And I'm seeing a lot of this in the IWC that she's damaged goods. Ronda Rousey is damaged goods. She doesn't have the mainstream pull that she once had. And that may be so. But
no, not just in IWC, actually. In the MMA community, they're already calling out Ronda Rousey for this one too.
Yeah. Well, let's see. Brock is former UFC. He was a heavyweight champion. Ken Shamrock was in WWE. He was also in UFC.
Let's not forget Dan Severn too.
Dan Severn was in it. That's right. So it's not, Ronda's setting a precedence for the women.
Oh, and this is just us counting WWE. If we're counting independent, you have guys like Matt Riddle. You have guys. Oh, let's not forget, even in WWE, Jack Gallagher is also an accomplished MMA fighter.
Right. That's true.
Outside of it, Matt Riddle is one of them. Inside WWE, Shayna Baszler is one of them.
Yep.
Outside of it, Nicole Savoy is one of them.
True.
There's a lot. And
there's a lot of them in the WWE or outside of WWE in the wrestling world now, because they realize that an MMA fighter's life is limited. After Ronda Rousey's first loss to Holly Holm, she was on 6 months protocol for concussion. That was UFC's doing. She lost her second fight, and I can't remember the woman's name.
Okay. To Amanda Nunes.
Yeah, Amanda Nunes, knocked out and was on 6 months concussion protocol again. So Ronda made a smart move. She's getting the hell out of that shit. She realized that, hey, I can make a lot more money doing a lot less work, where I'm not, taking the physical abuse of getting my face busted up and my body as busted up, running the risk of having a shoulder ripped out of socket and an arm bar or something. So why not go do the WWE thing?
I mean, I think the basic argument of of the typical MM, I think, in my opinion, anyways, from what I read and what I garnered, is that there's the seeming feeling from the MMA side that the MMA fighters crossing over to WWE to wrestling is that they're doing cash grab basically. They're getting paid more to do less, but arguments being said, there's a difference between attracting MMA fighters and opening the door for MMA fighters. You don't really see MMA opening the door for wrestlers to do MMA stuff. Not much.
Look at Phil Brooks,
your former CM Punk.
Right.
Yeah. He's not really getting anything. Sure, he's making a mark. It's just that he's not doing much. Brock Lesnar is
technically Phil Brooks is the second one.
Yeah, first is what, Brock Lesnar?
No,
yeah, right.
No. Brock Lesnar was one, and so was Dave Bautista.
Ah, okay. Not much fanfare is on that because, like I said, there's a difference between attracting MMA fighters, opening the door for MMA fighters. There's a huge difference. You don't, because hell, I'm not going to question this because I don't really know. But do you think that Shayna Baszler is doing this just for a cash grab? Hell no. Shayna Baszler isn't doing this for a cash grab. She's working house shows on a fairly standard NXT developmental contract.
Yep, she sure is.
Uh-huh.
You know, and just because we don't see her on TV every week doesn't mean that she's not doing something.
Yeah, and let's not forget as well. If you're talking about your typical MMA fighter, like say Misha Tate or Chris Cyborg, if you want to say that, these two aren't wrestling fans, or so that I know of.
Right.
And what does both Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey share?
They're fans of wrestling.
There you go. Each and every time Shayna Baszler comes into the ring, she points to the sky. That's a salute to her trainer, Billy Robinson.
Yep.
Ronda Rousey is both a fan of Rowdy Roddy Piper. That's where she got her nickname, as well as Jean LaBelle.
He helped train her in grappling style for MMA, so she already knows how wrestling works.
Of course, there's a lot of subjective and a lot of points that can be shot about this. It's just there's a lot to be said about how Ronda Rousey is going to be perceived in the WWE as a whole. Of course, people are already working themselves in a shoot, especially the women wrestlers as well. When a certain show already warned all of the people, don't work yourself into a shoot, and that you guys are working yourselves into a shoot. We're still giving it time. I think on my side anyways, we're still giving it time.
You know, it's like the whole discussion that's come up before several times about whether Becky should turn heel or not. If she does, hey, that's a good long arc story. Let her be a heel for a while and work her way back to being a face. It's a lot easier for a heel to turn face than it is for a face to turn heel. Because sometimes it just organically happens with the crowd, i.e. Undertaker. Yes, Jen?
Yes. I'm still in my I don't care about any of that stuff. I just want to see where they're going to go with it.
Exactly.
I mean, as long as she shows up and does what she's supposed to do. I mean, I'm happy she's there. I don't really care what her reasons are.
As long as
that's her business. Like whatever her reasons for coming to WD, that's her life, her business. I just want a good show. I want to be entertained.
Exactly.
So that's on her to do that.
All right, let's talk about Royal Rumble. Were you entertained overall by Royal Rumble, Jen?
Yes, I was.
So was I. Best Royal Rumble in 5 years.
Oh hell yes.
Yeah.
Oh hell yes. Hands down, probably just the best in 5 years. I guess.
Yeah.
I was
And I don't think
entertained.
anybody in chat would disagree with that. That,
Well, I've only been watching for 3, so I'll say 3 years.
Okay. Fair enough.
So this is the best one you've seen ever.
Yeah.
Sure. I mean,
Yes.
not going to talk on that, but hey, we start off at different intervals of time. Taker watched it at a longest time, I think, different for him.
I started watching wrestling when I was six years old. So if we want to do the math, it's 47 plus years.
I just recently rewatched wrestling last year or 2 years before, I think. Did that, but hey, if it was me, I was entertained. I can't lie, I was entertained. I also can't lie, I popped when Ronda Rousey made her appearance.
Oh, I did too.
Can't lie on that. Of course, I have to give a shout out to Kanan Knight for this. I can't lie, I popped when Goldust made his appearance.
He wasn't there long.
Somehow he made his appearance. Somehow. Which was a shock to me and a pleasant surprise and a good pop for me. I was surprised when his song hit, and then oh no, it was Goldust. Kanan Knight was right. He called it.
Yeah, he said Goldust would be in it, and I was like, I started laughing when I was like, oh come on. Come on.
Somehow WWE listened to our show and say, maybe Goldust in this isn't so bad after all. They actually put Goldust in it. Which now that I see it, it's not as much a surprise considering that he is in in the mixed match challenge. So, okay, maybe he has.
Who's his partner now?
Mandy Rose.
Oh God.
Well, they're having fun. Mandy Rose is actually having fun.
Well, yeah. Well, Alicia Fox broke her butt.
Which actually did cause the president, humorous reaction, but all in good nature, all in good fun for Alicia Fox. Thank you guys for the well wishes. I know I broke my butt.
she did say that it's on Instagram.
It is.
And it's also on the it's also on Cage Side Seats that there's a copy of it. It's hilarious. But she didn't say broke her butt. She said broke my ass. But she's got it all.
She got it all bleeped. Yeah. Thanks everyone for making this pain in my butt a joke I won't forget. So yeah. I was about to. If you listeners are gamers, you might as well remember the whole meme about I got an arrow in my knee based on Skyrim. I pulled this out again. I was about to wrestle in Royal Rumble when I got a pain in my ass. So I think that was one of the best jokes that I heard in a long time. But again, kudos to Alicia Fox for keeping a good head on that one. Yeah. Not to. Well, I guess to me, Royal Rumble gets a thumbs up. If you want to grade, I think I'd give it an A. Surprisingly, I give it an A, a solid A. And surprising, and again, a more pleasant surprise is that they crowned 2 Japanese wrestlers for the Royal Rumble, for the men's Royal Rumble and for the women's first Royal Rumble this year. They crowned both Nakamura and Asuka for the Royal Rumble, which is a surprise. They stuck to the guns. Sure.
But I mean, I have to say, props to Foxy. She's, I'm going to say this, and it's probably going to cause the chat room to break, but she deserves a run with a title.
Ooh.
Hey, I love Alicia Fox, so I'm on board with that.
Okay. Question is, which title? Which title?
She's on Raw right now, right?
So you want to hand her the Raw title?
Have her when she's well enough. If she's well enough for her Elimination Chamber, put her in a chamber and have her and Alexa be the last 2, and have her pin Alexa for it.
Totally. Okay. It's an idea. It's an idea that they can work on. If they wanted to give the Golden Watch If they want to give the gold watch to Alicia Fox.
Why not?
Hell, why not?
They did it for Natalia, right?
Yep, they did.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, okay. So
You know, Fox.
Jen likes it.
Alicia Fox is a good carpenter for the women on Raw.
She's good.
Just like Mickey James is.
She's good. Both Mickey James and Alicia Fox are good carpenters. Can't really trump Natalia for being a better carpenter, but hey, nuances, and all that matter. I think thumbs up. I think Jen likes it. Taker, of course, likes it. Taker, of course, loves the tech. His goddess won. His goddess won the Women's Royal Rumble. Of course, he's gonna love it. So no complaints on him for that one. And I mean, that's just about it. What happened post Royal Rumble? Actually, surprisingly, if I wanted to go on a quick breeze over both Raw and SmackDown this week are pretty good. Surprisingly, because usually would see the lull of Royal Rumble coming into the lull of a big pay-per-view coming to hit both Raw and SmackDown. But surprisingly, Raw was good this week. Not many things to be of negative about, to nitpick about, anyways. I mean, and SmackDown surprisingly is good this week, especially with the announcement of the whole implementing a ranking system that SmackDown stars will vote on for the top 10 list. That one was, well, it creates a whole new set of storylines that could matter. I mean, I don't know about you, Jen, but here's the idea. When they implemented the whole top 10 thing with the whole ranking system, they create victories that now seem to matter.
Mm-hmm. That's how I'm seeing it.
And WWE can also use added stakes like this. Suddenly, for example, Ty Dillinger facing Barry Corbin isn't just another fight that you see on SmackDown. It's a battle to push past the other to crack the top 10 list. Another example would be Kevin Owens suffering 2 straight losses and going from 3rd to 9th on the poll. His battle with Zack Ryder would suddenly have more storyline to it, suddenly have more weight, suddenly have reasons. You get stakes again. Not well done stakes, it's just stakes.
Well, it's something that I've been pushing for what? Over a year now? Yeah.
A year. You need stakes. We all talk about it. We need stakes. There's not amount of stakes.
A number one contender is something that's earned. And it shouldn't be a match of just two people thrown together for number one contendership. You should have the ranking system, and you start where you start, whether you're inside the top 10 or not. And once you get inside the top 10, you start moving up. You used to see that in the old NWA days and WCW days. You would see that, this is a number 4 guy against a number 3 guy, or a number 4 guy against a number 2 to move up. And everybody was gunning for that top spot. And once you were in that top spot and you finally got your match against the champion, win or lose, if you won, you were the champion, and the champion dropped to number 1. But if you were the number 1 contender and lost, you were dropped down to like 8th or 9th.
Yeah.
And you had to start all over again.
I mean, didn't WWE have that kind of system before with the Power
25
time
they did. At one time they did, and the IC belt was the title that was the number 1 contender. But now they've made it a mid-card belt. You know, I've talked about that. Like I said, I know my history of wrestling.
Yeah. Oh, Raw was very good. SmackDown has those 6th grade graphics. Yeah. Hard to notice, but yeah, I kind of agree, Madeline. Yep. They have
those graphics were not necessary, but you're seeing more like shoot promos being done on these, like the way they're doing. They're taking a page out of the old Shield book. You know, the promo in the back with a camera that they are holding themselves. They don't have anybody feeding them questions or anything like that.
Yeah. Of course, I have to jump back to Raw again because, well, just Philly fans, long critical of Reigns, got lucky 2 nights in a row. Not only did again, I have to preface, I do not hate Roman Reigns because of this. It's just that it's funny to my eyes. Roman Reigns not just lost the Royal Rumble, he lost to The Miz again this week.
Please. Don't remind
Yep.
me.
He did.
Must you guys remind me that I got another week? I got to listen to another week of The Miz. I got to have another week of The Miz on my goddamn TV. And I made it this. No, you didn't.
I know, but I love hating him. I just want someone to just smack the shit out of that man. And that's
Who,
great.
The Miz? I know you're not
Yes.
talking about Roman Reigns. I know you're talking about
No,
The Miz.
it's The Miz running his mouth. Me and my son get all like hyper because that's what it's about. He's a heel, so we're like, we love to hate him.
Yeah, he reminds, like I've said this before, and I'll say it again. He reminds me of some people I went to high school with, who thought they were more entitled or better than, and all this other shit. And the sound of his voice just grates on that nerve. And Jen, you understand it. It's the nerve that the sound of your kids fighting gets that nerve in your back, and you just want to walk up and just beat the shit out of all of them for just shut up.
Yep. I know that one well.
Oh, okay.
Roll your eyes at me. I'll roll your little head off onto the floor.
Oh, God. Oh. Well, okay.
It was a good match, though. I loved the match.
Yeah, I do. I do too.
That's the thing. That's the one thing is that people don't like Roman. A lot of people don't like Roman. I happen to like Roman. Okay,
we all do. I think we all do in this chat, in this pod.
But the thing is this: is that these fans, a lot of fans don't see the little things. Roman does the little things. He works from underneath so well. He's not the invulnerable badass anymore. The man knows how to sell. The man knows how to work a match. Look at all the matches he had with Braun. He made Braun look like $1 million goddamn every match.
And
the match I would really like to see is Nakamura Reigns. That would be a good match.
Which we actually got in Royal Rumble to an extent. We only got a tease of it, I think.
But that'll be a good when that actually comes about, it's going to be a good match.
Hell, do it at Night of Champions if Nakamura suddenly becomes champion for SmackDown.
Yeah, but the problem is Reigns is on Raw.
Yeah. Do it at Night of Champions. Champion versus champion.
If they last that long.
Yeah, if they last that long. We'll have to wait and see. Or if you want to go to fantasy booking route and go like take the belt off from Brock Lesnar and give Roman Reigns a long protected reign, literally speaking reign, up until Survivor Series. You can do that. Raw versus SmackDown.
And have those two be the last two in the ring and go at it for 15 minutes.
There you go. Put money off of that. Well, again.
I agree, Madeline. I totally agree. What I was saying about Roman making Braun look good, she goes, and now Braun looks like a cartoon character because of Roman. It's true. It's true.
And I'm sorry that you got triggered on this. I'm sorry.
Well, Madeline don't like it either, I don't think.
There's a lot to talk about, but hey, we're running short on time. But the most that I can say is that the high spots would be the loss of Roman Reigns to The Miz, again, number one. Number two would be that hellacious match between Asuka and Sasha Banks.
Yeah, I looked at that quote unquote botched dive. She did that purposely.
Yeah. And
it looked like she hit her face, but she didn't.
Yeah.
But there's
Because-
one thing. There's one thing that nobody mentioned.
What?
As I watched Raw the other day or yesterday, I finished it up, and at the end of the match, they're both laying in the ring selling, and Asuka gets up and she's struggling to get up, leaning against the ropes, and they show a shot of Sasha Banks,
Oh yeah, that one. That Sasha. That shot. Okay.
and she's
Nice.
crying.
Mhm.
She's literally crying.
Because it means so much to her. This
It
one.
does. This match was. I mean, those two put on one hell of a match. Sure, there was a mistimed thing, but it still worked. It was so
Yeah,
late in
because-
the match, but it still worked.
I mean, I did watch the whole thing again, and before the dive, I think Sasha Banks called out Asuka, either to make her know that she's doing the spot or that take her attention back away because she was doing it a little bit too late or something like that. But she definitely called out something, probably to the ref or probably to Asuka, mostly to Asuka. I hope that's where the whole botch, kind of sort of botch thing happened. But hey. And it's not just, but taking that out of the context, she looks like a world beater for going into the match. She looks like she can go toe to toe with Asuka, but she doesn't have enough to beat Asuka.
No.
It just shows. It just shows. The story flow of it shows that she just doesn't have enough to beat her, and that even shows post match where she's crying on the mat, where she sheds a tear for the mat.
We don't know if she's crying over losing the match, or we don't know if she's crying because they put on such a great match. Nothing is said by commentary about it.
I think it's both. I think nonverbal. I think it's both. They put on a instant classic, number one, and number two. Sasha Banks can't beat the undefeated. I mean, say what you want about Asuka and her undefeated streak and all that. We both have our opinions on that one.
I love it, but it's still.
It's a double-edged sword for me. Right. I already saw that.
It's they've painted themselves into a corner.
But yeah, that was one. That was the other one. The third one would be John Cena versus Finn Balor for Raw. That was one of the high spots. Somehow I feel like Cena never really looked like the determined performer. He just looks off. It's just that he doesn't really care less or just puts less effort. It's just he looks off, I think. The interesting element of the match for me came late when Cena really looks frustrated, looked into the crowd, said he was just trying to go to WrestleMania. Even when he was putting the AA on Finn Balor, he did his too sweet sign as if he did it too sweet, as if just to mock the Philadelphia crowd. I'm just going to WrestleMania, and then did that. Just frustration, I think. Probably.
I mean, there was so much heat on him. And I was trying to figure out where the hell why it was there and what it was all about.
Yep.
Because I've never seen him act like that in the ring. I don't know if he was doing that because that's what they told him to do in the meeting prior to the match, or if that was something organic. I don't know. I couldn't tell. And normally I can tell.
I mean, to me, Jen, did you actually catch this? John Cena and Finn Balor?
I couldn't get into it, and I think I'm not a Cena fan. I just have never liked him, and what you're talking about, his attitude nothing felt right about it, and I was like, I can't. I'm not feeling this at all.
I mean, if Jen can feel that he was off, I definitely say that he's off.
Yeah, he was off. And I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if it was real or I don't know if it was a shoot or a work. Yeah. I can't tell.
Because if it was a work, since his return last summer, he looks like he definitely lost a step. Yeah. If it was a shoot, oh boy, John Cena, you are picking the fights.
Yeah, he is.
Which is smart on his own. But yes, Madeline, weird old doddering Cena is a strange look. I agree.
Yes, it is.
He looks sluggish. Like I said, he doesn't really look like the John Cena of old that he is.
No, there was like, the more he's gone, and when he comes back, he seems to be even more off, and that's like
Huh.
this isn't the John Cena we know.
Yep. I mean, that's just about it. I think.
Yeah.
I mean, for SmackDown, the two high spots that I can see is the bungled up cash in by Carmella.
Oh, that was funny.
Oh, I missed that. I don't watch SmackDown, so
It's okay. It's okay. I'll give you the clip.
Okay.
I'll give you the cliff notes. Charlotte is cutting a promo in the ring, recalling how the end of the Royal Rumble unfolded, and then suddenly the Riot Squad came out. Liv Morgan, Ruby Riot, and Sarah Logan came out, did a beatdown on Charlotte, and then suddenly Carmella came out
With a
trying to
referee.
with a referee trying to cash out her Money in the Bank contract. She tried to do a drop kick for Charlotte, but hit the referee by accident and knocked him out of the ring before he could make the match official.
Wow.
And she was yelling, "Get out! Get out! Get out!" Oh, this is not going to work. She's picking, it's not happening. It's not happening. While she's walking away.
Not tonight. Not tonight.
Not tonight. It was funny. It was funny.
It was funny. Well, that's the second tease that she's made of cashing. Well, no, that's
It's
her
the
first
tease,
official tease.
It's the first official.
And then
tease.
the one where Ellsworth almost blew it for her.
Yeah, and it was a good reminder that yes, the Princess of Staten Island is still your Money in the Bank holder. That's a good reminder on her side. Yeah, this is okay. I remember now, in a kind of sort of funny-ish way. But yeah.
Well, you know what's funny is my husband, who barely watches, he'll watch with me every once in a while, but he's like, she still has that thing. I was like, yeah. I was like, yeah,
she still has it up until.
I don't know what.
She'll have it till WrestleMania.
Okay.
Yeah, I think she still has it up until the next Money in the Bank. She still has the time to cash it in.
Could we have someone not cash in, hold it for a solid year, or not cash it in at all?
Probably. And what would happen to Carmella? No, this is my briefcase. I want my briefcase back again.
Wait, has that happened before? Have
No.
they
No.
done? Oh,
It's never happened. And there's only been 2 failed on the men's side. I think there's only been 2 or 3 failed cash-ins.
3.
2 of them involve John Cena.
You forgot Damian Sandow. Number 1.
I said 2 of them involve John Cena.
Yeah, you forgot Damian Sandow. That's the second one.
That's the second one. The first one is John Cena gave the champion a week's notice.
Mm-hmm. And the last one would be Baron Corbin.
Yes, that's right.
okay.
Boring Corbin, according to
Corbin.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it was funny. The other high spot would be the main event between Styles and Nakamura and Owens and Zayn. I'd said enough about the high spot that was the ranking system. That was a shakeup in and all of itself. It provides an interesting note. But this one is the other high spot. The Dream Team versus the Kami thing. Sure.
Kami.
The Kami thing. Over here, it's Kami. Kami funnily enough, equates to God.
Yes. Or spirit. Yes, I know.
I know, but hey, whatever works.
I read Tom Clancy, goddammit.
And quick and just a quick small segue. Kami also is a part of Kamigoye, one of the finishers of Kota Ibushi. But hey, anyway, I think but anyway, this main event I SmackDown, I think it was funny in its own sense and entertaining as well as as well as giving us the tension between Owens and Zayn. I said, tag me, damn it, tag me! Don't you do that stupid thing! Somehow Owens mouthing off is just as entertaining when he's not wrestling. Somehow. And sure, they're already saying that, okay, to if you want a shot at the title that Styles is holding, Owens and Zayn don't have to fight it out to see who's gonna face him. So yeah, okay. Nothing much is said to be there, but the match was good. Flow was great. Nothing much seems to be on par for the course, I think. So yeah.
Yeah. I mean, seeing Sammy walk, he pulled a Kevin Owens.
He did.
You know, how many times has Kevin walked out on his partners?
Oh, countless of times. I mean, it's his gimmick. It's his gimmick anyway.
But what I'm loving is, you know, yes, yeah, they're talking to Daniel Bryan after the opening segment. Saying that they got screwed, this and that, and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, yeah, there was a mistake made, but the referee's decision is final. That's it. You know, and he says, yeah, you're going to get another opportunity. And he sets up the match between Owens and Zayn for next Tuesday night. And the winner faces AJ Styles at Fastlane.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Which is great. I mean, this is exactly what it needs. And somehow for the first time.
Are we going to see an apron power bomb by Kevin Owens again?
Oh, please give it back again. We haven't really seen Owens get into action with the apron power bomb since like forever now.
No.
And Sami Zayn suddenly having the balls or having the guts actually to do that is impressive. Now, finally, now we're seeing a different amount of Sami Zayn, less clowning, more serious note, I think. Somehow Sami Zayn got a little bit of rub of the Becky Lynch aggression, I think. So kinda, sorta, kinda.
Well, that was hilarious, by the way. The whole mixed match challenge loss to Alexa Bliss and Braun, and they were blaming it on the birthday cake. That was brilliant.
And I already told you, this. Becky Lynch almost broke out laughing.
Oh yeah,
and ruined the whole thing. She quickly covered it up by pretending that she was crying, which is okay. Okay, nice cover up. She is a damn good actress for that one. So yeah, hey, like I said, again, I'm sorry that I can't really touch on NXT because we're short on time. I'm sorry about that, but like I said, this week's WWE Raw and SmackDown was actually pretty good. Catch it if you haven't really catched it on the network. If you guys liked what you saw in NXT as well, just tell us, remind us on that one. I think it was good.
I haven't had a chance to watch it, so
I have, and again, I'm sorry because we're so short on time. We're almost out of time, and we're almost about to wrap it up.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, but again, we did our job. Royal Rumble was good. All three of us enjoyed it. Especially Jen. Yeah, especially Jen, who watched it with her son. Both of them were entertained, highly entertained, I'm sure.
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
I think kids are the best people to watch. Or like my husband, who doesn't watch hardly ever, and he's just, takes what he sees and reacts. So.
But sometimes it's fun because it's a little bit more than he does.
You're right.
And
there's no comments about Vince or booking or where are they going. There's none of that. It's just we're watching a show and having fun. Or if it's not something that we're feeling, we just we're like, okay, we'll just wait until what comes up next. So it's really laid back and fun.
At least you're doing it as a family thing, which is good.
Yeah. And it's fun when you pull out the whole, okay, this is WWE, this is business section, and just watch it as a show. Watch it as a wrestling fan.
Yeah.
Because sometimes when I get, when I get online and I'm like, damn, sometimes it just brings you down because you're like, well, I wasn't really looking at it like that, or.
See, that's sometimes our problem here is that we sit there, both of us, and we're both guilty of this. We sit there and scrutinize. because we're doing prep for the show at the same time. I sometimes watch I'll watch Raw twice. Once to get my notes done, and then once as a fan.
Mm-hmm.
And when I watch as a fan, it's actually more fun to watch.
Yeah.
When it's not work related, if it's work related, it's like, okay, let me pick this thing apart. This is wrong. and
I try not to nitpick on it too much, even if I know that I have to do a podcast for the week. It's just that it's tricky to divide your mindset when you either want to watch it as a fan or you want to watch it as someone who does something someone who opinionates on the wrestling show that he watches. So it's tricky. Getting a fine balance between that is tricky. Hopefully, I'm doing the best that I can for both the show and for both the listeners.
You are. I hope I'm doing the best I can.
Hey, you are.
I try not to beat a dead horse about my length of fandom, but when it comes up, I will say something.
Well, hey, here's the thing.
There's another thing on that too, is when I'm on social media and I've got people coming at me like, well, I'm a real fan because I've been watching 30, 40 years. And I'm like, well, why does that make you a real fan and now I'm the fake fan?
You're a real fan
or whatever the fuck, you know what? Or, you just like Roman because you're a woman, or fangirl, or, that type of attitude almost drove me away, but I stayed because I'm like, fuck that. You're not going to tell me what, whether I'm a real fan or not.
Mm-hmm.
I watch, I buy merch, I go to shows. Mm-hmm. I'm a fan.
Hey.
So I just,
Jen,
and I'm not saying you're doing that. I'm talking about the other people that
I'm not
feel like they're gatekeepers to,
I'll tell you this, all right? And I'll tell you this right now. You're a fan, whether you're casual or not. You're a fan. And anyone who thinks they're a goddamn gatekeeper can kiss your ass. Because there are no gatekeepers in the fandom world as far as I'm concerned. We're all fans our own kind of way. And if the smarks can't deal with it, and I'm a smark, but I'm one of those smarks that looks at each person individually and what their fandom's about.
Mm-hmm.
And you've seen it when I've been in some of the threads, Jen. You've seen it. I don't attack someone. I have never attacked anyone. I'll sit there and question their reasoning and give them other options, but I will not sit there and knock their fandom.
Right.
And, I wish there were more people out there like that.
Me too. I really do.
We wouldn't have you on here if we didn't think you were worthy.
Well, you guys are great. I'm wanting more fans to be like that because it gets tiring, when you see it so much.
I follow most of that group that you guys, the Reigns Nation, I call it. I follow most of you guys on Twitter,
social media. Yeah,
I got you on. I'm following you guys on social media. Whether you follow me back or not is irrelevant. I don't care. I like to see what you have to say. Sometimes it makes me laugh. Mm-hmm. But you know what? We all need a good laugh. If I can't laugh, and I've laughed at myself more than once on this show.
Mm-hmm.
And if I can't laugh at myself, I can't laugh at anybody else. And if you say something funny on Twitter that makes me laugh, hey, that makes my day. I don't care who you are.
Same.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care who you are. I don't say much on Twitter because I don't want people coming at me acting a fool. Because you hardly ever see me post anything on Twitter.
Oh, no, you don't.
If I want to talk to someone, I talk to them in direct messages.
Yep.
It saves me the headache.
Yeah.
I mean, the most I can say is that people like that don't really have the authority to question whether you're a fan or not. Especially ones who harp about so blatantly that I'm a wrestling fan for about 20, 30 years now. Therefore I have more authority than you, supposedly. I don't know where the logic of that comes from, but supposedly, whether you're whether you're a 5-year wrestling fan or a 3-year wrestling fan or a 30-year wrestling fan, you're still a wrestling fan. The time that
I just don't get it.
Yeah, the time that you go into wrestling, the time that you are invested in wrestling doesn't really matter. You have an opinion. That makes you a wrestling fan. You have an opinion on something that you like to have, you like to watch. You enjoy watching. You enjoy watching two people wear tight spandex, go at each other in scripted dramatized body wrestling format.
I have to steal a line from George.
Sure.
It's two men. It used to be two men running around in their underwear.
Okay.
The trunks looked like underwear.
Yeah.
Anyway. So hey, whatever the reason you watch wrestling, I don't care. If you enjoy it, great. That's even better. You're a fan. You have your favorites. You want them to do good. If they don't do good, you're upset. That's what being a fan is. Fan is a short for fanatic.
It's subjective. Like I love to say this. It's subjective. Being a fan of something is subjective. Doesn't really matter how long you've been there.
Right.
You have your own marker on how you're invalidating yourself as a fan. I'm a 30-year-old fan. I'm a 3-year-old fan. I'm a 5-year-old fan who watches things as I buy merchandise. I subscribe to the network. I subscribe to the streaming services. That doesn't matter. All that matters is that you are invested in the product. You are a fan. That's it. You have your opinions. How well your informed opinions are in articulating it to the other person so that you can have intelligent discourse, polite and civil conversations just to discuss on ideas and opinions on that one, makes you a proper, sensible fan. Rather than you harp about, no, my point is right, your point is wrong, going on the one-dimensional, narrow-minded way of thinking. That's just not it. Rather than pull people in, you are actively shoving people out from it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the problem. And I hate to beat on more on this one. I hate to extend the whole thing because we are really cutting a lot of things. But hey, this is what we feel about it.
This is our feeling. This is our feeling on being a fan. And I'm not going to sit there and judge anyone's fandom.
Of course not. You don't do that. Jen doesn't do that. Even I
just as long. And if I do, I keep it between. If I do judge someone's fandom, I keep it to myself, or I share it with someone I can trust privately, because I know it's not going to come back on me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we all have opinions of certain fans, certain people, and we don't like their opinions because we don't like them because of X, Y, or Z. But we're entitled to that.
We have our biases.
Exactly. I will never judge a person's fandom to their face because it's not the right thing to do. I will keep it to myself.
Of course not. You could say that, okay, I dislike this, I dislike that. That's it. That's all you can say about it. If you could actually change the other person's opinion on your bias, then okay, more power to you. You actually subverted that person to your side because of your arguments and beliefs. If they don't accept it and you still say that, no, you're still wrong.
That's where I have a problem.
That's where we have a slight bit of problem, because you can't really force someone to believe on what you said, even if they don't believe it.
Mm-hmm.
So, again,
but as long as they listen,
and hey,
listen and respond respectfully, I will not have a problem with it, because that is one thing I try very hard to do, is to be respectful to everyone, respect their opinion. I may tell them, well, this is why I disagree with you, or I don't like what you're saying, and I'll tell them why. And like I said, Jen has seen it more than once, and not once, as far as I know, have I disrespected anybody.
Hey, I mean, this is the fandom that we live in, guys. hate to.
That's all we need to do. That's all we need to do is respect one another.
Yeah, well,
respect the fandom. Respect our fandom to one another. That's it.
That's it.
If you disagree with them, tell them you disagree. Why? Be respectful and move on.
Yeah.
And okay,
There are no gatekeepers here.
There are none. Hopefully, there are none on our
There
side.
are
Anyway.
none. In my opinion, there are none.
On our
I myself don't particularly care for people like that. It really bugs me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And on that, we got to close this thing out. We're coming up on 2.5 hours here. So
actually, that's actually just quite a good enough time. So
Mhm.
for that, thank you so much, Jen, for coming over. I know from Taker that you are looking forward to coming back again. Taker, anyway.
Definitely.
Yeah. Taker's in anyways. He's just saying that Jen wants to come back again. She wants to do this again. Oh, okay, good. Let's do that.
I was pleased. I was very pleased when she said she wanted to do this again.
I'm glad you wanted me back because I don't feel like I contribute all that much, but I try to, say what I can say.
Every little bit helps.
Every little bit helps.
Thank you for having me on.
You're
You're welcome. Thank you for coming in. And even though we cut on about half an hour,
35 minutes.
35 minutes. How can they find you?
I'm a Jen Fox 1978 on Twitter.
On Twitter, okay. Catch her. She's one of the brilliant Roman Reigns wrestling fan.
Yeah.
Along with the whole Reigns Nation that she's behind with. Follow her. Share, discuss, opinionate, respectfully, of course. Anyway, and of course, Taker. Where can they get you?
They can find me at TakersMinion.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you could read, how would I describe what I've got on my page these days? NBS?
What, the whole Los Ingobernables Day podcast thing?
No. The Japanese.
Oh, the Japanese writing. Okay, sure.
What would you call that?
It's the Nihongo.
Okay, or the Nihongo. It says if you could read that, it says Minion of Death Valley.
Mm-hmm.
That's where you can find me on Twitter. You can also find me in the threads of the Cage Side Seats, in the daily and the nightly. And please, people in the chat room or people that are listening, like, subscribe, and promote for us. You can always find the more people we get involved with wrestling and understanding what fandom's about, the better off we're going to be. Where can they find you?
They can find me on Twitter at BeckyGotBank666. If you see Japanese writings as well as the letter MDS, you got the right person. You can also find me on Cage Seats on daily as well as the nightly. I try my best to come on both, to be available on both. But if I'm not there, just catch me on Twitter.
Yep. Shameless plugs time.
Shameless plugs time.
Members of the Los Ingobernables family of podcasts are Two Guys, One Sport. That's on Thursday nights at 9 Eastern. That has our dear friend Curtain Jerker and Crazy Chris. We also have a new one. He just started. He dropped his first one this week. That's Match Fixing with Doncel Cusmano
on CedarBridgeMedia.com.
CedarBridgeMedia.com. We have a new one that's restarting. That's coming out. It's called the Wrestle Club Podcast. I don't know exactly what time. I believe it's 9:00 on Sunday mornings, but I'm not exactly sure. Don't forget to catch Violent Wrestling Podcasts with Prince Moxley Lopez and Ambrose Alley. Great listen.
This week they have the returning Fitzpatrick as well as Mel Matt for their guest spot. So have a listen.
So then we go with the MLW Network. There's two shows that we promote there. That's Something to Wrestle with Bruce Pritchard and Conrad Thompson, and I will get this one right. Also on that same network is What Happened When with Tony Schiavone and Conrad Thompson. Both of them are great listens. Bruce Pritchard's podcast is they put it out on the Twitter, and the fans get to decide what they talk about, which is really interesting. It's fan driven.
Oh, interesting indeed. Okay. And we also have, of course, Kate Side Seats affiliated podcast, Bitter Boys Club, featuring Brent Brookhouse and Ethan Page. Not your demographic, with Stunning Stella and Nick Aaron. They had a wonderful time on their podcast. Have a listen. Keeping Up with the Kayfabe, Mark Riley, Jody May Esquire, and Jack King runs this. And Bros Before Elbows, they also did their podcast this week with Anthony, Farron, and Tommy. Catch them or catch us on our unaffiliated podcasts, anyways, that we promote. Like, subscribe, comment on all of them if it's possible, anyways. And yeah, it's not so surprising that this is Shooting Debris, episode 30. We are 30.
Yay! We're getting old.
The podcast is now the same age as I am. So surprising.
Oh, God.
Wow.
It's 30. How time flies. But hey, the rumble of breakfast royalty. And what? We're 30 now? This is our week show. Again, thank you so much, Jen. Welcome back to the podcasting world again, or probably the wrestling fandom world, I think. Think so?
Thank you.
You are back.
Good.
Welcome.
I'm back. Well, I
Yeah.
haven't been gone, but I'm back.
Yeah. Hey, thank you so much again. Lots of thanks to you for coming up on such short notice, even though we are half an hour late. Again, apologies on all of that for that matter. We're just working out the technical kinks so as to not ruin the experience. Hopefully, we don't really stretch out the whole thing too long. Thank you so much for the chat, especially. You guys have been wonderful. You guys have been actively speaking out, actively voicing out. We're so sorry that we can't really spend a lot of time on both the chat as well as the pod. Hopefully we can juggle between the two, not so much anyways, but hey, we listen and we know your points and all that. I think I can say
I do read. I do flip back
we
and
do
forth.
read. Yeah, we do read. We flip back and forth. We don't really mention it out a lot, but when we get it out, we get it out. But anyway, I think for TakersMinion, I'm Mr. Dr. Senju. Episode 30 is now in the history books. We will see you next week.
Yep. Same bet time, same bet channel, folks. Bye.
Uh-huh.